This has become a serious epidemic on roadways, which has led to many avoidable car crashes. 4,015. This sounds like a large number, right? And it is a large number, especially when you think about the fact that according to the AAA poll taken in 2012, that is the number of teens that die every year on the road due to phone-related car crashes. These are teens just like you and me, just like regular everyday people that just went out, started driving, but they heard their phone, decided to pick it up and text, and now they're no longer here because they died. This is a statistic that is relevant to everyone, old, young, car owners, non-car owners, because even if you don't own a car, all it takes is one distracted driver who's on their cell phone to be on their cell phone and run you over on the sidewalk. So it really is important to everyone. Edgar Sinder, who is a car crash legal practitioner, is quoted as saying, 11 teens die every day due to texting while driving. This is something that you are never too old or too young to fall a victim of. Paul Bratis, who's an expert on the matter, has been quoted in 2012 as saying, the concentration needed for safe driving makes texting safely at the same time impossible. In the same poll by the AAA, it was reported that 21% of teens in fatal accidents were on their cell phones. This is a large number of teens when extrapolated to the entire American population, the entire world population. Kennerly in February 2017 is quoted as saying, after numbers dropped in 2011 of car crashes, they spiked again in 2015, and they are still currently on the rise. This goes to show that numbers of car crashes are rising every day, and if something is not done about it, it will continue to rise and rise, and before we know it, the numbers could be millions of people dying on the roads every year. Many things have been tried to try to curb this epidemic. States have tried passing laws and bills to ban texting while driving, to do all sorts of things to try to stop people from texting while driving. For instance, the Michigan texting ban in 2014, but that proved not to get the desired outcome. However, there are actions that we can engage in to solve this epidemic. For instance, students can warn their family and friends about the dangers of this epidemic. They can tell their families and friends to stop texting while driving and lead by example by not texting while driving so as to save lives. You can also make a pledge. You can also make a pledge and have your family and friends sign said pledge. This is an easy pledge to make. All you have to do is just draw up a sheet of paper, get your family and friends, and tell them, stop texting and driving, this is dangerous, I don't want you to die, please sign this. Another avenue we can use to stop texting while driving is social media. Social media has become a big tool, a very useful tool in recent years. Most of us in this room probably have a Twitter account or a Snapchat or Instagram or something. We can use those avenues to get the word out and tell people about texting while driving, because change has to come from the people involved. Students can also join their local Students Against Destruction of Decisions chapter. Almost every county has one. All right, and now let's look at what happens if you don't do this. Pablo Cortez and Julie Baltimore. These are names that probably mean nothing to anyone in here, but they mean a lot to their family. These are people who they were heading back from a date night. Guy and his girlfriend, they were heading back from a date night, and they decided to use Snapchat. Today they're dead, along with the mother and her child, who was to turn 10 years old in a week's time. She had just come back from the store getting her birthday dress, but now they're dead just because Pablo couldn't stay off his cell phone. The only clue we have as to what caused this car crash is an iPhone with an open Snapchat that reads 115 miles per hour. This is all because Pablo did not follow the aforementioned solution. And now I have a video here that should explain that even better. Wow, the video isn't playing. But this video talks about a girl, Haley. She was loved by all. She was 16, and now she's dead just because she was texting while driving. These are all her family and friends. And in conclusion, next time you want to text while you drive, just remember Julie and Pablo and try to think if it's worth it.
Good job.